Hello and welcome to the Mystical Arts Academy Business Spotlight, where we shine a light on you and your services and your business. Our Mystical Arts Facebook page and website, we're creating a space where you'll find resources for anything and everything spiritual, metaphysical, paranormal, mystical and the supernatural. We've got guided meditations, one-to-one tarot and mediumship readings, courses, lectures, and coming in 2025, retreats as well. We hold regular Zoom sessions where you can come and ask questions, improve your knowledge and skills, and even make new friends. Okay, let's get started. Our guest today is Christina the Butterfly Medium. She's also a psychic artist who does readings based on her artwork called Psychic Butterflies. Christina has been following her passion for over 15 years and really excited to talk about spirit, how spirit likes to communicate through her artwork. So let's give a big warm welcome to Christina the Butterfly Medium. Hi Christina, how are you?
Hi Steve, it's lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. And of course, you're in Australia, aren't we? And we're in the UK, so there's quite a bit of a time difference there. Well, we're sort of just before 11 o'clock here in the UK. What time is it in Australia?
About 7:45 in the evening.
Oh, wow. So you're a fair way in front of us then in the UK anyway.
Yeah.
So whereabouts in Australia are you based?
I'm in central Queensland,
Right,
near a town called Rockhampton.
Rockhampton, know it well. Well, I'll say I know it well. I've visited it, of course. I've got friends in Rockhampton, as well as Jimboomba and Kingaroy. So yeah, I've been around Australia a little bit. Of course, it's a massive country, so I've only been around a little tiny bit of it. And I've been to Uluru as well. I loved Uluru, Ayers Rock. That was fantastic. We just to bore you a little bit, we went on a Sounds of Silence evening meal out into the outback into Uluru, and when they turned the lights down, the sky lit up. It was absolutely amazing. Here in the UK, we've got a lot of light pollution, but there, no light pollution. You could see the galaxies and all sorts. It was absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to go back. Although it won't be till October 2025 when I come back to Australia. So really looking forward to it. Anyway, this is about you, not me. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the psychic art.
Yeah, I've been a psychic medium for quite a long time. I suppose it started in childhood when I would hear spirit. I didn't know that it had a name. I didn't know it was spirit. I just knew that I felt quite comfortable hearing those voices. And over the years, it just grew into clairvoyancy. And then I read tarot. I did the platform at the Spiritless Church, and which ultimately ended up leading me to learning psychic art, butterflies.
Oh wow, wow! And you've got some examples as well to show us.
Yes, I have. There's one there.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a bit in there. These ones are done with 3 colours.
Well, they're fantastic, aren't they?
And the last one is this spectacular one.
Wow, they're really good. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what gives you? How do you get inspired for the colours and the design?
The big ones are 7 colours, so I intuitively pick the colours for the sitter. And all I'm doing is just before I go into, I just sit quietly and have a chat to my spirit team, and the colours come in, and I know they're the colours that I need to use for the butterfly.
Oh wow.
And then,
Yeah.
and I found that 99% of the time, the colours are the ones that the sitter really likes using in their personal life.
Oh, excellent. So do you do remote sessions through Zoom or anything like that, or
Yes,
is it sort of just
yes.
text based?
I find Zoom is easiest for me because then I can do it for people who are in other countries, such as yourself, and it gives the comfort of their own living room. They don't have to leave their home if they're shy, and it's a one-to-one personal session.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So, um, do you do the paintings live, or do you have a session with them? Do you give them a mediumship reading, and then go away and do the painting, and then come back and?
No, it's all done with them from start to finish. The 7 color ones, they take about an hour all up, and the mini ones which I showed before, that's probably about 30 to 40 minutes from start to finish.
Oh, so you're doing it live in front of them as well. So that's excellent,
Yes,
isn't it? So are
yes.
you talking to them as well, or are you in deep meditation state, or an
No,
altered
no,
state of
I'm
consciousness?
talking to them. Yeah, I talk to them as I'm going, and I usually turn my webcam down to my workspace so they can actually see the painting after it's been created, and anything that they can. Sometimes they actually say that they can see things in the painting that I'm talking about, which is quite exciting because I love it when they get involved too.
Wow, that's really good, isn't it? I love that. I love the idea of you actually being there while you're painting as well.
Mm.
Do you give them a reading as well while you're painting, or is it just sort of
Yes,
your general
yes.
chat?
Yeah, once it's created, what I basically do is I make a puddle in the middle, puddle of paint in the middle of the canvas because it's thick canvas that I use. And then I fold it and spread it all out, and then I open it up, and you've got this beautiful, gorgeous butterfly. And then I just start reading it. I get drawn to certain parts of the butterfly, certain parts, certain sections may be relevant to the present, others may be relevant to the past, what's coming in, and it all comes together, and it just tells a story. Plus, I get past loved ones that appear sometimes, angels, spirit guides, animal totems, and I find past pets love to come in as well because they love to let their owners know that they're still very much loved.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a post on one of the spiritual forums that I'm on Facebook that said, "Do our animals are our animals waiting for us when we transition, when they transition before us?" And of course they do. They are waiting for us. Any animal that's had an interaction with us humans on a pet basis will be waiting for us in spirit. That's what I believe anyway. Do you? Is that what the same take that you have?
Yes, yeah, I've had many experiences within these paintings of animals showing themselves. One particular memorable one was a little dog. I don't remember the breed anymore, but it was clearly viewable by the sitter sitting there watching a beautiful sunset. And you could see the long floppy ears. It was had its back to me, and there's just gorgeous sunrise, sunset, and the sitter actually could see that as well, and really made her happy. And the dog had not long passed.
Yeah, it's surprising how spirit can influence uh, us
Mm,
and the things around us, just so it prompts us to remember them. That yeah, really love that. That's fantastic. So,
mm.
do you do any shows or anything like that, or any events where you go and paint
No, but
live for
I'm
people?
I'm looking at doing that later in the year. I'm doing a local expo where I'll be doing psychic art readings there, and I'm hoping to branch out even further as word spreads.
Nice, nice. So, are you just going to stop around, as the locals call it, Rocky, don't they? Not Rockhampton. So, are you stopping around?
Right, yes.
Yeah, yeah. He's stopping, and there's a. I remember coming around, coming off one of the roads and seeing the big bull on the roundabout.
Yes,
That's very impressive, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Love Rocky. Um, yeah, and again, I had a really good time there. A nice Indian that we went to, by the way, very nice. So I'm not bore you with that, but yeah, yeah,
Do
really good.
you? I don't know if you remember this, but the big bull, it has had its testicles removed
Oh
because
wow,
people keep thinking them.
is that on
Yes.
purpose or by design?
Yeah, they removed it purposely because people kept taking them, so
Oh,
they would like make new ones for the bull, and
oh.
then finally they decided no.
So it's not like the Buddha statues where they rub the Buddha's belly. They've not been. bit rude
I'm
and
not
rubbish.
sure if they do that, but yeah, perhaps. But yeah, that's
You never
so.
know. You never
If
know.
you come back to Rocky, you probably will may notice that it has no technical testicles.
Yeah, it'll be good to come back. So,
Yes, looking forward to it, to meeting you.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, well, we'll have to have a meet up
We
and have an
will have to
afternoon
catch
session.
up. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
So, what's the most fulfilling part of your work? What do you get the most enjoyment out of?
Seeing the images and passing the description and messages on to the sitter. It's just so exciting to be able to say that your little puppy or your granddad or your mum or whoever, and getting a description and the sitter going, yes, I recognise that person. I think that's the best.
Oh yeah, it's definitely easy. When you bring through evidential mediumship as well, that's really good. That's the part that I
Mm,
like. I mean, I don't
yeah,
do enough readings, but when I do readings, I do like to give evidential information just to prove to the sitter that there is an
mm,
afterlife, and it just gives them the reassurance knowing that our spirit friends and family are watching us and are around us,
yeah.
influencing us and helping us in our day-to-day lives as well. So yeah, that's fantastic. So other than the little dog and the sunset, have you had any other magical moments you've experienced while doing your artwork?
Yes. One springs to mind is an image. It wasn't of a person. I suppose you would be aware of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's pretty famous, isn't it, around the world?
Yep, yep.
Um, well, I was doing this butterfly a little while ago, and I could see the image of the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Mm.
And I asked the sitter if they had a connection to Sydney, and they said yes, they were brought up in Sydney.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
So yeah, I'd never had anything like that before. So that was really exciting to see.
yeah, yeah.
I get sorry, I
No,
get
go on.
angels too. They come in quite often, and it's lovely to get a message from them for the sitter as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, what about any unexpected things that's happened while giving readings?
I think the most recent one was a lady whose grandmother passed 3 weeks previous. I noticed when I looked at this lady's image, she had a very golden face, and it reminded me of an experience that I personally had a while ago. And I asked the sitter, um, "Your grandmother," and she said, "Yes, she passed 3 weeks previous." And I was able to pass a message on, which helped the sitter with closure for her. But there was a golden glow that I wasn't expecting, and it actually helped me to understand that it was Spirit's way of saying this person has just passed.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, and
Mm,
and the, that's really exceptional as well because they don't normally come through that fast once they've transitioned.
mm,
It does take a little bit of time. Time is slightly different in
yes,
spirit world than it is for us. There's a different speed to it, I suppose, and it's a lot slower in
yes,
spirit. So it does take a while for them to, especially if it's been a difficult passing, they will go into some form of type of hospital type environment so they can recover and get their bearings,
yeah.
so to speak. So yeah, that's really beautiful. It's really nice when things like that happen. Okay, so a little lightheartedness now. If you could have dinner with any spiritual teacher, who would it be and why?
Doris Stokes. I adored her books when I was in my early 20s. Could not get enough of her books, Voices in My Ear, and I can't remember. That was just the only one that I can remember at the moment. But I would love to sit down with her because she was an exceptionally gifted, clairaudient medium
That's
that I
right. Yeah,
remember,
yeah, absolutely.
and
Love
was
Doris. Love Doris.
fascinated by her.
The previous recording that we've done, the lady said exactly the same thing, Doris Stokes. She'd sit with Doris Stokes. And I was mentioning then as well that when I was sort of, I think I was about 15, I'd just left school, so my birthday is in August. So I was 15, but 15, 16, coming on 16. And I was looking through the drawers. I was absolutely bored silly during the 6 weeks holidays, and found Voices in My Ears. And I read it from cover to cover, couldn't put it down. And again, as I told the previous guest, you know, got all her books, got videos of her as well. It's absolutely fantastic. And of course, she was really big in Australia, wasn't she? She sold out the Opera House a couple of times.
Apparently,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes. Yeah, I don't
exceptional
think I
movie.
was old enough to go, but the books were just, as you said, riveted. You just couldn't put them down. It was just amazing the information that she would get. I'd love to know how it worked for her, whether she saw them or whether she just, I think she just heard them, didn't she? I don't think she actually
Yeah,
saw them.
the majority of the time she did, but she did see spirit children. Spirit children would show themselves to her. So
Wow.
yeah, they would come on stage and sort of stand next to the people that, well, not when she was on stage, they would come to see,
Yeah.
stand next to the people that needed to get the message. So yeah, really phenomenal. Doris Stokes, one of the better known UK mediums, and of course international mediums as well.
Yeah.
Um, so this is a bit sort of sideways, sort of icebreaker type thing, but who is your spiritual crush? Who do you sort of really look up to in the spiritual world that's sort of with us still now?
Wow. Oh, something I've never really thought of, but now you put me on the spot. I don't really know. I'm just going to have to think about it. Oh, I think it would have to be Doris Stokes because I loved her books. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else.
Mm,
Anybody else,
okay,
Steve?
no, that's okay.
Because you
That's
have
fine. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I
I probably think of it off camera. So
yeah,
yeah.
that's fine. And I'm putting you on the spot. I know you put on the spot. I think I like Teresa Caputo. She's quite good in America, and there's a couple of mediums I follow in the UK as well. Tony Stockwell is one of the bigger ones. Yeah,
Yes, I know.
yeah,
Scott Milligan.
yeah, yeah. Tony Stockwell in the
I would.
UK is fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really love Scott Milligan. I think he's an amazing physical medium.
Okay. One more question. If you could give your
Yeah,
younger self one piece of spiritual advice, what would it be?
don't doubt and trust your intuition, and don't give up.
Yeah, yeah. One of the biggest problems that we have with today's society that I see is we're being led away from using our intuition, our gut instinct,
Mm.
all the media, all the distractions, all the mobile phone distractions. You're seeing people forever on the mobile phones rather than, says mine bleeping away, rather than sort of just sitting there and thinking and mulling things over. They're fully conscious all the time. The consciousness is being taken up
Yeah,
by distractions instead of just sitting in the moment. I think that's what we need to do more, and we need to help
yeah,
our younger children and things, younger adults, become aware that you do need to sit in nature and you do need to sort of just be with your own thoughts rather than being distracted all the time. Unless we are, we're just going to be sort of going down a steep hill with no brakes. So yeah,
mm,
I think having the taking a moment to reflect on the day as well, but the end of the day is pretty important. So yeah, yeah, excellent. So, um, what advice would you give someone who's thinking about starting their own spiritual business?
um, I I would definitely tell them to really go for it and just know that support. I think support is the most important thing for a spiritual business, because if there's no support, you tend not to keep going as much. You might want to throw the towel in and go, I can't, need help. And sometimes we do need that support network so we can talk to other experienced mediums, psychics, artists, whatever our media thing is at the time with our psychic work, and have someone that we need, have a mentor we can speak to as well. Really, really important so that we can be encouraged to keep going.
Yeah, I think because sort of when you start to develop your mediumship abilities, and I've been on this sort of track for 40 years now. When you start to develop your mediumship abilities, there's lots of doubts in there, isn't there? There's lots of questions.
Mm,
Is that me or is it spirit? And I've had some pretty profound experiences. But again, even for me, with knowing that, there is an afterlife and we are here for the experience, living this life, we're spiritual beings having an earthly experience, there's still lots of doubts creeping in. You do get sort of down moments where you think, oh, is this real? Is it, right and things? And then you get other moments that are so profound. It's like, well, thank you, God, thank you, Spirit, thank you,
yeah.
guides. Yeah, agree. You just got to
And there's
having,
also imposter syndrome too, I feel.
yeah,
That's a big thing with many psychics, etc. They don't feel they're good enough.
mm,
And that can be also stop them in their tracks too. They tend to sort of go, no, can't do this. I'm not good enough. So who's going to listen to me? Who's going to encourage me? And that can be a real downer.
yeah, definitely. But the worst thing that can happen is that nobody listens and nobody follows. But that's fine.
That's right.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter, does it? Get out there, get your talents, and
yeah.
practice is the thing. Practice makes for
Practice,
proficiency.
practice, practice.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's one
Yeah.
of the problems that I have with my mediumship. I don't practice enough. I'm starting to get back into the closed circles as well, where a
Yes.
closed circle, if you don't know, is where a group of people will come
I'm in
together.
one at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on a regular
Yeah.
basis to
Yeah.
practice their mediumship, to practice sitting in the power, as it's called. Sitting in the
Yeah.
power is where you just sit and listen and feel uh, and see things that your spirit team are trying to push forward.
Yes.
Some mediums see in symbols, some are clairaudient that will hear, some will be clair visual, uh, yes, clear visual. So they'll see
Yeah.
the spirit and images as well. So yeah, it's all about practice, isn't it? Practice makes for proficiency, and it's not a quick road as well, is it? I mean, it does take time.
No, it can take years to
Mm,
really develop. And I have noticed with my butterflies, they've evolved and grown over time as I've evolved and grown. When I first started reading them, all I saw was the colours, and I just gave the meanings of the colours intuitively. But then it started to change into a more mediumship type reading where I was seeing spirit faces, and that was quite exciting. So I know that they do change and grow with you.
yeah, we're forever evolving. We're forever expanding.
You are.
And one what makes me laugh in a sort of nice way is people saying, oh yeah, there's an energy shift and things are shifting and things. And to be fair, when I was sort of in a fairly good circle in 2000 to 2003 when I was developing, and we knew there was an energy shift happening then, and the energy shift has been happening before that. So it's not a new thing, this energy shift. It is a forever
No,
evolving upward progression of our spirituality. And the more people that come into this work, the more people that have an interest and more spiritual awakening, the more
mm,
that energy will permeate the planet, and which then helps more people become enlightened, let's say, or
that's
seeing the
right. More
light.
people become aware of their own spiritual self and start to be drawn to develop their abilities and be supported as well. And that will change the energy of the planet, won't it? Will become less self. What's the word? Become less concerned with our own selfishness and help others as well instead.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, without a doubt. There's been various studies and various experiments over the time where groups of people come together to reduce to have an intention or a prayer to reduce violence and to reduce violence in certain areas. And a group of 1,000 people came together. I think it might have been San Francisco. I can't remember off the top of my head. And it dropped, the statistics dropped for over a month. So the more people that become awakened to our spiritualness, the better the world is, or the more enlightened the world will be as well. Of course, we do have the contrasting experiences. We do have the sorry about that, my phone. We do have the contrasting experiences as well, and we need those to be able to learn and grow from. So yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, any more you'd like to say before we finish off? Before we wrap up?
Yeah, I'd like to invite people to come and have a reading with me, and so I can create your butterfly. I would love to do that. So please reach out to me and let's have a chat.
Definitely, and don't forget to subscribe to our website as well. We will put on the credits at the end. There'll be a link to Christina's Facebook page, and we'll also put that in the comments as well when I start posting this on YouTube in a few days' time. So, well, thank you again, Christina. It's been an absolute
You're
pleasure
welcome.
to have you on with us today. Love the conversation. Love the drawings as well, the paintwork, the psychic art. And yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see
You're
you soon.
welcome.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Thanks
And
for
thank
watching.
you.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.